Social housing communities in the middle of Sydney have tales that do not often get into the papers, but they carve the lives of thousands daily. In Redfern, narrow streets wind through Redfern past old apartment blocks. The bricks are weathered, and their walls carry the history of decades. Families live closely together in units far too small for their needs. And while the estate itself takes on an aged look, the people within bring it life and resilience. Yet the suburb is a changing one, not about the people, but about money. Gleaming new apartments and trendy cafes are rising where old homes once stood, pushed by developers and rising land values. For many long-time residents, the financial drive behind these changes means being forced to leave the only street they've ever known, their lives uprooted in the name of profit and progress. This financial weight is, in the end, how the divides of class play across the city. Woolloomooloo provides the clearest picture of this contrast. Walk along one street and there are luxury waterfront apartments with million-dollar views. Walk along another, aging social housing blocks. But these two worlds don't mix much at all. Redfern tells much the same story, once known for its strong working class and diverse community. Now it has been made over to hotspots, cafes popping up on every corner. It's not just who can afford to live there, but the new class culture. That is what the suburb is for. What sorts of shop open their doors? Even the conversations that happen on Main Street. For the real old residents, their sense of belonging slips every way, as if the city whispers to them that they are no longer wanted. Then comes the movement of people, the most personal part. In Mount Druitt, families sit on long waiting lists, shuffled from one overcrowded place to another, sometimes for years. In Arncliffe, tenants are asked to move out while the new developments go up, told they'll be able to return later, though not everyone actually does. Parks and streets filled with tents, the only home they can afford, or even know. Kids are pulled from schools, friendships scatter, work commutes stretch longer and support networks break apart. The city moves people around like pieces on a chessboard, yet each move leaves behind fragments of community that are harder to rebuild than last. Sydney's housing story, then, is really about the people caught in this push and pull of finance, class and movement. It's about how homes turn into useless assets, how communities can and will be reshaped by who is considered the most valuable, and how families are forced to adapt over and over in a city that never stops shifting.